Do you find yourself translating from your native language into English? If so, what do you find the most difficult part about thinking in English? To get better at a language, I think at some point we have to be thinking in that language. English is no different. So today, let's start thinking about some ways that you can stop translating and start thinking in English. Are you ready to find out the ways that you can get away from translating from your native language into English? If so, then let's get into it. Open your mind to be able to think in English faster, and you can do this by first clearing your mind of everything that you know in your native language. You already have a base of vocabulary and phrases in your own language. What I want you to think about is clearing your mind so that you can start over fresh as if you were a small child again. When we are children, we don't go into things with an idea of how we think things should be. We just go along with what is presented to us at that moment. So instead of translating, just think about what's happening in that moment. Forget about what you know and start learning about the world around you in English. Try to learn English in English by doing as much as possible in English. Don't hear something and then try to immediately translate it. Learn it in the context of that situation. For example, if you are at a restaurant and the waiter is going around the table, you would probably be right to think that at this time they're probably taking everyone's order. This is an easy way to use common sense before first going to a dictionary. One of the first Japanese words that I learned was dekai. Everywhere that I went, there were people that would whisper it or kind of point to me when I was walking by, and after a while I figured out that dekai must mean big. This leads us to the next step, which is listening to a program in English. And this can be something like Netflix, a podcast, or an English-speaking YouTube channel. Try to listen to the program in English and really make it a point to try to figure out what's going on without using any translations or help. Just like in your native language, English has patterns that you'll start to notice the more you listen. See if you're able to pick up on some of these patterns. Even if you don't know everything that's happening in the program, you'll probably be able to pick up on some of the patterns and start to figure some things out. And this doesn't require a dictionary or to translate anything at all. This is a simple way that you can start thinking in English while learning English. So try it the next time that you listen to any English programs. Is there anything that you can pick up on? If you know the title, you might be able to understand some things just by paying close attention. And you'll be surprised by the little things that you can pick up on and learn. Your brain can pick up a lot more than you know, so don't reach for the dictionary first every time you come across a new word. After going back to what we talked about before, finding a program on Netflix or YouTube, I suggest that you find something that is really interesting for you. Also, think about trying to find something that has everyday conversational English if possible, so that you can really hear how regular people speak. Then, without using a dictionary or translator, let your brain do the work for you. Try to listen for patterns. Pay attention to situations and how people are speaking in those situations. Use your imagination to try to figure out what is being said based on that situation and context. If you use the dictionary or a translator too much, sometimes you don't naturally learn because your brain gets used to waiting for something else to help it along. I have found that the things that I have to work harder for to learn end up sticking with me longer, so try less to learn more. Using subtitles is okay at first, but really try to get yourself into the habit of listening to English as you hear it. When I first came to Japan, I used to always have the TV on in the background. A lot of shows in Japan have subtitles. The more that I saw similar shows, I started to notice some of the same vocabulary or phrases being used in certain situations. After a while, I didn't need to use the subtitles because I understood the situation, so even if I didn't know everything, I was able to pretty much understand what was going on. You can do the same in English. The more that you listen, the more comfortable you're going to be with English and its various patterns. The more comfortable that you become, you're going to start to notice that you don't need those subtitles as much. Maybe you won't understand everything that's being said, but you'll be surprised how much that you can pick up on knowing the different patterns, knowing some phrases, and being able to put that all together with the context. So start with subtitles if you have to, but see how fast you can get away from those subtitles into more natural listening and learning. My wife would tell me when we were living in the US that even when she didn't understand everything, she would pretty much be able to understand what was going on when we watched TV shows, so you'd be surprised by how much more you understand than you think. Small things that we do will add up over time. I think a lot of people, myself included, want to be great at something right away. Instead of making little steps and getting there, we want to jump right to the end. And I think this is really true, especially when we're adults. When I first got to Japan, I was discouraged because it was so difficult to do simple things that I had kind of taken for granted being back home in the US. And sometimes this makes us not want to try at all because we think, if I'm not perfect, I don't want to do anything at all. And this is the quickest way for you to not get any better at English. How about trying to learn just one new thing a day? Learn a phrase and then try it out as soon as possible. Did you hear a new way of saying something? If you can get better at something a little bit at a time, you're gonna look back one day and be surprised at how much you do know. English takes time. Instead of being the best from the beginning, focus on improving something each day. No one knows everything, not even native speakers. There is something new that everyone can learn, so don't try to learn everything all at once, but try to learn something new each day. A little is better than nothing. I hope this video helps you think differently about learning English and how you can improve your fluency. If you got any good benefit out of it, how about share this video with someone else that you think it will help, and then click here to learn more. Thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. See you.